flushed it down the toilet.
You flushed it down the toilet by your not keeping your toilet paper in the right place. That's what happened.
Yeah, well.
If you thought about more toilet paper, more of that folding stuff, then maybe you wouldn't have gone down the flusher.
You can hope.
And that's about making good business choices, Si. Stupid business choices go nowhere, do they?
No, they don't. But
you got.
But stupid
saying
people,
that you still need to make mistakes because mistakes is how you learn.
Yeah, but stupid people can still run successful businesses because they don't.
They're surrounded by competency. That's right.
No, maybe not. I don't think that's a requirement either. Like I think that just because they don't know, they just bumble along like that instead of like worrying about it.
They have no assumptions. Yeah.
Instead of worrying about it and thinking, oh, shit, I'm not quite doing this right, or having any ethics or interest about it actually being good or a good job.
Am I helping others? And
none of that. Like you just then you can have a very much more successful business. Like where you're sort of in fact wondering even what you're talking about because I'm clearly being successul and I'm not doing any of these other bothersome things that you're talking about.
Like being ethical and following the rules and taking care of my customers and no, come on.
No need for that. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
See all you other people doing, and I tell you what, you don't look happy about it, so I'm just not even going to bother.
No.
Just run it the way I want, mate. I pay no fucking fees for this and that. Why would I do that? Superannuation? No. Tax? What the fuck are you talking about, cunt? Who pays tax?
That sounds like
all those business magazines, all the big businesses don't pay any tax. I mean, they might have $1 million lawyers to make sure that happens, but if they can do it, so can I. I mean, you've only got to ask for forgiveness, not permission, right? That's what it's all about, right?
Asking for forgiveness.
Never ask for permission, just for forgiveness, right?
Well, no. I think the actual act there is you don't even ask for forgiveness. You only begrudgingly acknowledge.
Apologise. You're completely caught out with your pants down and the big purpley hanging out your ass.
That's it. Otherwise.
Yeah.
Otherwise, business.
Yeah, true.
Business, that's what's the stuff.
It's just business, mate.
Yeah,
nothing personal.
No,
just get it. Just business. Nothing personal.
In fact, I did my best. If you think about it, I was really thinking about being as impersonal as I could.
As possible. Yeah, that's it.
I did my best. I thought to really just
made
let
myself
you know.
unavailable.
Yeah, to let you know. I just did not care.
Unreachable. Once the monies were transferred,
wasn't that obvious?
Unreachable. Yeah. I thought it would have been obvious from the start, from just the way I treated with such contempt when we started doing business. You piece of shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
how did you
stop wasting my time. Just give me the money. I love playing these fucking role-playing fucking scenarios. It is probably the best part of the Cheep, like pretending to be that person. Like, you know what I mean? Like putting yourself in those boots.
Well, you've got to you've got to understand. Like it's a way to have compassion.
That's the value of having a good imagination. Like if you've got a good imagination, you can play that role. You know what I mean? Like you not necessarily you want to do it full time, but you can certainly put that mask on for a short period and do the thing and have your funnies with it.
Well, it's about compassion. It's about understanding your fellow human.
True,
how are we to understand what it's like?
Someone else, if you can't put yourself in their shoes.
That's right, and you've got to be like a malicious, like sort of, just by negligent maliciousness. You know what I mean? It's like not really even barely intentional. Like you actually think you're uplifting other people. You're like, I'm actually making jobs out there for these people. Like
I don't know why they're so unhappy. Like
it's like
there's people out there that got nothing.
Yeah, I could just be doing this for myself.
Just because I paid them 25 cents in the dollar.
Yeah,
I'm not the bad guy here.
No,
I'm helping. I am helping.
Yeah, I could. Okay? I could just do this for myself, but I choose not to. I choose to create that opportunity for people to get 25 cents.
Because I am a loving person. I have a heart. I have a heart, right?
I do.
I really do have a heart. It may not seem like it, but I have the biggest heart. It's even bigger than Farlap. Farlap's heart was like a minuscule amount of what heart is. My heart is 10 times bigger than Farlap's. That's what it is.
And, I mean...
So generous. I don't understand why I'm not being recognised for all this work I've done for all these people.
All these people.
You know what I'm saying?
They want me to throw them a Christmas party.
Oh.
I mean...
The audacity.
Yeah.
The audacity.
I was expecting...
They'd be lucky if they end up with a little sausage at a fucking picnic table in the park. All right?
I was expecting gifts.
They would be kissing my butt if they got a little sausage on the bread at the... Yeah. Maybe, some Devon. A couple of slices of Devon on bread, Don't be ungrateful.
My great-grandfather...
Some tang that I've stored for the last 50 years in my basement. I pull out the old tang. That's how much I love you.
My great-great-grandfather, his workers, they would get amongst themselves and then once a year, they would choose one of the prettiest of their freaking daughters and they'd give it to him.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Special service.
Yeah, great-grandfather. And now, today, even sleep with somebody at work, It's all a big hullabaloos if I did something wrong.
Yeah, that's it.
My rights have been taken away.
Glance at them, or tell them how, nice they're looking today.
Yeah, compliment
and then all of a sudden, not something nice today, and straight HR. Now, if it was a CEO, there'd be stretch mark, you know what I mean? Taking care of business, mate.
Well, I'm wondering.
All connected back to business. All roads lead to business. It's a Ferengi paradise. Rules of acquisition have always been in effect.
Oh, yes. And if I can undermine your thing to make it cheaper to acquire, well, that sounds like a good deal for me.
Yeah, happy days. And if I can even pinch your idea and make it cheaper, even better. And then once I sell enough of them, I put the copyright on it, and then I get to actually own the item.
I see.
Even though I made it a little bit different, but I sold a lot more so I could get better lawyers than you. I now own the patent. Thanks very much for coming. I mean, I know we've given a lot away in our years, side to other people, when they've quizzed us and, spoken to our brains, and we've given them good ideas back, and they've made a lot of fucking money off what we've suggested. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's true generosity, bro. To give away an idea or knowledge and not expect anything back. But it is nice when you do, the return. Don't see it often. Sad, But when it happens, it is nice. Faith in humanity restored, eh? You don't even talk about the homeless or anything else, lower than your station when you're in business, right? It's just all about business, right?
The only reason would be...
There is nothing else but business, isn't it? If you're a true believer of the business religion, God money isn't going to accept no bit, poor motherfuckers in his God money heaven, is he?
Interesting. I think,
God money, you'll do anything for him. God money.
Well, yeah.
Just tell him what you want him to do. God money.
Yeah, what would you tell it that money that you wanted them to do?
Well, I'm a true KLF believer, bro. Okay? I need pyramids of it on fire for no other reason than to secure its value. You understand? When you make too much, best to have pyramids on fire to re-establish value. Correct? Print too much and overflow marketplace. Best have pyramids of fire to re-secure value. Simple equation.
Yeah, that's sort of the basic one.
Yeah, pretty much.
Round trips.
All it's worth is keeping you warm, but nothing else. You want to increase the value, it needs to be less of it. You print too much, it ain't worth shit. That's one thing we don't like in business is fraud. And if you're giving fake money to us, we're going to come down on you so hard. Because one thing we cannot... You could murder someone in an office and get away with it in business, okay? Because our lawyers will look after you because you're an asset. But you steal from us, you might as well have fucked us up the arse. Because when it comes to business and money, that's the only time we steal is when we steal from them shitheads, the little people. But we do not steal from one another. It's like a business code. That's the reason why so many laws and that exist in government side, to protect those interests.
That's right, they're the ones who get them written.
That's the reason why you can do more time for fraud in prison than you can do for murder. Murder's bad enough for fraud. When you rip off a big business or defraud them, their lawyers will lock you away.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
I want that.
Doesn't matter. They will lock you away. And that's why Mangione, this, Luigi Mangina, is an interesting case to see whether Luigi and his fans' value is worth more than that particular CEO's asset value to that company. It's a test thing. Because I can tell you, man, in the Cyberpunk 2040, if it was a real thing, there would be no trial. That dude, Luigi, would have been bagged and tagged. Especially if the asset was worth a lot of money. And obviously was to his family, independently from the business, that he was running or working with. His knowledge and his ability to do his job was probably worth more than 1,000 Luigis, wannabes, trust fund babies, in the overall profit for that company. That's now been removed.